Hello and welcome everyone to How to Make a Welcome Book. In this video, I am going to be using Canva to create or show you how to create a welcome book for your guests in the unit, in the home, and also tell you some ways that you can utilize this in a virtual manner, which is very dynamic. I'm excited about showing you how to do that because it is a great way to make everything convenient for your guests during their stay. All right. So the first thing I want to do is direct your attention to Pinterest. And the reason why I am directing your attention to Pinterest first is because they have some great compilations of ways to create a book. And I'm just going to show you a couple. So here we have one where they have and you can also purchase these from individuals that create them for you via Etsy, and it's completely up to you. In this video, I'm just showing you how to create it yourself, save you some money, not necessarily saving you some time, but it gives you the liberty to be as creative as you would like to be with a great platform. And so here I'm just using this as an example to show you some pages that people generally have in their welcome book. So this particular host has an introduction page where it looks like they may be introducing you to them. The second page is their house rules, which I always say you want to put your house rules up front. It doesn't necessarily have to be the first page, but it needs to be like one of the first three pages they see. They also have an individual page for Wi-Fi access, which we know is very important. Guests always ask for that before they step foot in the door because they need it, especially if they're coming to work or they have multiple devices that they need to hook up or they're streaming or anything of that nature. They want to know that Wi-Fi. And then they have very detailed check-in procedures here, contacts, and I'm guessing I'm not zooming in on it, but this may be like emergency numbers and just different things pertaining to getting in contact with uh people that you will need to have numbers to. And then they have things to see, restaurants, groceries, extra services, detailed checkout procedures, and a thank you. All right. And so I just want to look at one more that may be. So here's a nice one. So this one has that minimalist feel. It's very beachy slash vacation relaxation. Um, and again, you can purchase these in bulk from individuals in Etsy, or you could create this yourself. And I'm not saying in Canva you're not going to have to create the templates yourself. You have a plethora of templates to choose from. So you may find something that's similar to this, but you can make it your own. You can make it what you need it to be. So here they have an about us, they have a meet the host, and they're probably telling their story here of how they got into Airbnb, and then they're introducing themselves here. Wi-Fi, check-in, check-out, which is not as detailed as the last one we viewed. House rules, best restaurants, and I love how they add pictures to that. Best bars and wineries, so they separated that for the guests. Things to do, transportation, how to get around before you go, and anything else. All right. So these are just some template ideas if you want to see what components you can have in your welcome book. And remember, you don't necessarily need to have them in your welcome book, everything, but this is a great way to get started. So let's go into Canva. And so the first thing I wanted to show you, and I already had this pulled up, if you don't necessarily want to do like a complete welcome book, you have other options. So for example, with this one in particular, they have it's like a pamphlet. And so they have their welcome, contact, and emergency information. They even have a little bit about themselves, how they're a super host. They have 1,900 five-star reviews. And they have like they set the tone for the farmhouse vibe of their place. Check in and check out procedures here, extra amenities, house rules, a couple of things to remember. I don't really see the house rules here, but they have house rules. Things to do, food and drink, anything else. So you can make a short abbreviated version if you would like, or you can have an abbreviated version that you have virtually, and then you can have one that's more extensive inside the unit, or vice versa. One that you give more details on virtually, and then inside of the unit, you don't elaborate as much. Okay. So I just want to give you a basic how to with Airbnb welcome book. And so I found a minimalist template here, and it's like a presentation template. So with this one, when I chose this particular template, I typed in the search box Airbnb welcome, and I'm just going to type it again. Airbnb welcome. It's moving kind of slow. Sorry, guys. Okay. Well, welcome book Airbnb. And you can do this. One of the things I noticed about the options they give you, they're almost like flyers or something that you can use for marketing. But this is where I found the template for the pamphlet here. But when it comes to using or creating a welcome book, I like to use like presentation templates. So I'm going to type in minimalist presentation, which you can see I use that a lot. Even for my students, I use it a lot. And find many, many, many options. Okay. There are many very creative options. Minimalism is just my thing. So I tend to lean towards that because it gives it a very clean, neat look. And people love that aesthetic. And it depends if your unit is in a place where it's beachy or has a great city vibe, you do want to kind of cater to the area, but if you can't necessarily cater to the area, cater to your unit. And I tend to go with the minimalist vibe. So this is the template that I'm going to choose, and I already have it open here. All right. And so we're going to work to customize this template. And the thing I love about Canva, so it doesn't give you just an individual like template base. It gives you a selection of slides to use, as you can see here. So you have all of these pages to choose from. And let's just start here. So we're looking at this as our welcome page, our cover page. So I'm just gonna put welcome, and then I'll put if you were to name your unit, and that's a great thing to do, like name your unit, theme your unit, name your unit. So we're just gonna call this the Great Escape. Okay. And then there'll be certain elements that you probably want to keep or change. And I'm just gonna put Airbnb here. Just to leave that there. And I'm going to come over here and look for a page that will be great for me to tell my story about us. And so you can leave about us here. I'm just going to delete this because I don't think I'm going to use this. Move this up because you can probably put about us, and let's see if we want to add another element. I'm going to keep about us down here. One of the elements that I saw in Pinterest, and I'm copying and pasting so I can make this, let's see, I'm going to go back to Pinterest to remember. So it's about us and meet your host. Okay, so if I go back to our template, one second here. So I'm going to leave about us up here and change this to meet the host. Okay. And then I want this to be all in one line. Stretch this out, copy here, paste, and bring this down. And so you could just put, whatever information you want them to know about you. And I'm just going to say, I started Airbnb as a dream to cater to the traveler that loves to get rest. I don't know. I'm just typing whatever. And then meet the host. You can say, I am a travel nurse and I am opening my home to those who want to have a great escape. Okay. And remember, I'm just, typing whatever, but you can put whatever you deem good to put out there for whoever you're hosting. And you could just be as creative as you want and let them know. So now, like I said, you want to put the house rules kind of up front. And so if I choose a page that's kind of good for house rules, I'm just gonna go with this one, right? Add as a new page, and then I'm just gonna put house rules. And so this is where you're gonna want to go ahead and put your rules. So I'm gonna delete this. Delete. And I'm just gonna stick with this. So I'm gonna get a little lost there. Here. And then move this up, here. And just to continue with the trend, you can just take the circle, copy, paste, bring it down, and take the number, copy, paste, bring it down, and turn it into a 3. And so your first rule, and I'm just, our non-negotiables, no parties, no pets. And you can either, with this text box, you can either copy is just best because it's already there, or you can come over to text and click text and it'll let you put a new text box. But for the sake of convenience, I'm just gonna copy, put us another box here and say, no smoking, okay? And so whatever additional things you need here, you can add, delete things you don't need, and just that'll be your page 2. And so for page 3, we may want to go ahead and do Wi-Fi details. So I'm just going to choose a different page, and then I'm going to put Wi-Fi access. And here I just put the username is, and if you have a theme, try to make that your username. So I'm just going to put the Great Escape, and then password, just going to put the Escape 2023. And just as simple as that, because they're going to want to see it plain and get access to it quickly. All right. And then let's go ahead and make like a mock, and I'm not gonna, do heavy details, but let's say we want to make this our things to do during your stay. And when I say things to do during your stay, I'm talking about the city and what it offers. So you might want to put like restaurants here and attractions, if you have attractions here, and then just elaborate with the use of bullet points, or you can type it out, whatever you prefer. I think you should do bullet points. It'll make it more aesthetically clear. And you can just, put all the information you think is important. Talk about sports arenas. You can even be as specific here. Let's say you have a virtual, you're utilizing a virtual copy of this. You can change, like, let's say I have events, You want to put events. You can change it to events, add events, whatever you would like. And you can say here, like there's a football game, and I'm just gonna put some random date um on, let's say 12 11/27 at 7 p.m. And then you could put like the details, 5555 Hardway Drive. I don't know, so get specific that way. And that's something that you can continue to switch out in your virtual version of this. And just make sure if you do have a welcome book in there, you can either print out that page often, or you can let the guests know in the welcome book, see virtual version of welcome book for up-to-date events. Just as simple as that. Okay. And so let's go to our next thing, which is going to be very important as well. I'm just going to choose here. You want to do check in, and check out procedures. Okay. I'm gonna just stretch this out. And here you just want to get detailed. Make sure you separate the two. So I'm just going to copy this. This will be my first box for check-in. I'm just going to put check in here. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy. I already copied it. So let's paste. Paste this box and do take out. And I want to left align this. So we have a box for check-in and a box for checkout. Line it up. And then you can type the procedures there. You can leave any additional information here. I'm just going to stretch this out and put it here, like, please contact host for more details. And whatever you like. So just make sure that you have every piece of detail here for check-in and checkout procedures. And then I also want you to not forget, and I'm just showing you pages that you definitely should have in there. And one thing that is very important, I'm going to use a different one. You want to put emergency numbers here. And this could be either in the front or in the back of your welcome book. So emergency numbers. And then you want to have like the number for like the nearest hospital. I'm just going to say XYZ hospital. And then the number. And then you want to put like the number to an urgent care. And then maybe something else you can put, like, for example, if your co-host is nearby, like if you don't live near your unit and they need to reach someone externally very quickly, maybe you can have like a Google number or something like that if your co-host doesn't want to use their actual number, and you can just put personal assistant or something like that. I don't know, whatever you want to term it. And that can be an emergency number. And you want to put like emergencies only because, people will call you for a number of reasons, but that's why I say make sure it's not like a real phone number here. And I'm just going to delete this. And lastly, you want to include a thank you. So you can say thank you for your stay. And here is where you want to notify them, please be sure to leave a review for the host. And make it personal. Don't make it that bland. Just say, we are so glad you chose our home. We appreciate your stay. Please be sure to leave a review for the host. So you can have that there. And also make sure when you leave like a thank you that you can do something like a personal touch inside of the Airbnb app. You could even still stick with this template to do the like thank you card or something. But it makes a difference. It goes a long way. So make sure you do that as well. So before I leave, the most important thing, I want to show you how this can appear in a virtual format. So you can actually, make this a virtual like slideshow presentation. It could play as a video. So I'm just going to click autoplay here, and then I'm going to click present, and I'm just going to let it play through. So the beauty in this is you can have like a QR code where they scan and they just kind of go through it, and you can, play with the time that it actually, transitions. You can have this playing on the TV when they first enter the home, when they first, go in, and it can just be a slideshow presentation, like a screensaver if you have a smart TV, or it could be like a video that you have them to you can have like a QR code on the wall. They can scan that QR code. They can watch it on their phone, which is probably most convenient for them. So it's up to you. So that is the autoplay feature. So another thing you can do is just have it as a presentation where they can click through. So I'm just going to do like full screen present, and then they can just, I'm clicking with this, they can just click through, which gives them time to kind of read through, which is probably the better option. So they have that option as well. And then lastly, for your hard version, the version that you will put in a notebook, you can go Office Max, Office Depot. If you have a fancy printer at home, print it out in color and put it in slip covers or get it laminated, whatever you choose. And I do suggest if you're going to have a hardcover, it needs to be laminated or in slip covers so you can easily clean the pages. That just makes it more convenient. But what you're gonna do here is you're going to download it, and you have many options here, okay? And so if you're wanting it to be that video version, you're going to download it as an MP4 video. But if you want to print out each page, go ahead and do PDF standard, so that you can have the slides printed on each individual page, and you can go ahead and have it laminated or put it in those slip covers. Okay, so many options, many things that you could do. This was a quick, simple, easy version. I love Canva for what it offers, and I believe that this is going to be dynamic for you. So make sure that you do what is best for you. If time and creating one of these is not your thing, then you can look into other options. But I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I look forward to showing you how to do many more things in the future. Bye-bye.